any lower, so you can actually hear me. Maybe, probably, possibly, hopefully, yes. It's a bit tricky streaming today because still feeling after effects of my booster shot on Friday, so forgive me if I'm a little bit under the weather today. So, cześć, siema, jak leci? Adi here, and another Sunday morning, so another quick and uneducated look into military rations from different countries. We already seen one of these before. Ration de combat individuel reshuffle, if you forgive my French, which is French 24-hour ration, obviously meant for combat situations, for or at least for situation where soldiers are away from the base for a longer time. So this would be like a breakfast, 2 full meals, and then all sorts of sides. But if it's just a exercise situation where they will go out in the field for the day and then come back, obviously this sort of hello Claire, nice to see you. Obviously they don't need a full day worth of food, so that's where the Ration individual d'exercice reshuffle, or R.I.E.R, comes into. This is basically the equivalent of American R.I.E.R, so single meal or 8-hour ration. It's a bit heavier than R.I.E.R, as you can imagine, because there will be canned food in it, but also it's a bit more compact. Like the bag would be able to get more squished in your backpack, but this is just size-wise a bit smaller. As you can see, it's just a plain carton box with a sticker on the front. Yes, this is expiration date, it's a bit over, but that's why I got it for real cheap. Like, I think it was under €2 or around €2, depending on the currency rates right now. Barcode for tracking, because obviously yeah, this one doesn't come with the no resale warning, but you can imagine it applies as well. There's other sorts of warnings on it about fruits, something. Possibly about the nougat bar or the jelly bar. Actually, we'll try to translate it, because as you may remember, Polish dried fruit bar comes with comes in this sort of wafer paper, and eventually they resolved to putting a note on the packaging saying that this paper is perfectly edible, and this one is just a warning. Oh, okay, so do not eat the contents if the cans or the wrappings are visibly damaged. Okay, but other than the sticker, no markings, no what. It's wrapped in a foil, very thin foil bag, I guess, for extra waterproofing, because it's just a cardboard box, and that's what the contents look like, all nicely organized. Yeah, they all come similar. You always get pate, sort of pate. You get dessert. You get your main in the can, and you get heater. Those three items, the canned main, the pate, and the dessert, will vary between these 8-hour menus. That's about it. All else is pretty much same between them. So as I said, we got a mini stove, which I won't be using today. Got a pack of coffee. Terrine Forestier. So it's like processed meat thing with Forestier I would get would be like some forest, but from the contents it tells you a lot of pork, something about tomatoes or mushroom. There's definitely mushroom in it as well. But there's like pork and mushroom terrine, I guess. Get a pack of tissues, which I actually might need soon. Let me check the quality. Sorry about the extra noises. Yeah, nice, solid, unscented tissues that can, work for your nose or your bum if you need that. We got a vanilla dessert, vanilla de Madagascar, so quality. Biscuits de campagne, or almond biscuits. These are actually very at first they were very confusing to me, like on my palate, because they're buttery but they're salty. The savor is salty, and it's such a confusion to my brain. They taste like butter biscuits but with salt. Still didn't grow on me that much, but they're edible. Pâté de fruits, so like fruit jelly. It's a bit stiff, I think. So yeah, they all like the best before on here is November 2020. Some of the individual packets. This is June 2021, April 2021, so a bit longer. March 2021. So a bit longer than the box would say, but still past the best before. Got some nice 70% chocolate bar. This chocolate is always good. If nothing else is good, chocolate is good. I think that's a nice thing. And we got main, and that's it from the box. So the main is cassoulet supérieur au canard, which is basically a duck cassoulet or casserole. Going from the contents, like ingredients, there's some white beans, there's some Toulouse sausage, there's something from, and sausage is pork, okay. There's something made from duck meat, I guess. And the pork, the small pork, smoked sausage, pork smoked sausage. Yeah. So we got beans with duck, and as I said, I won't be using the stove because I'm indoors. I don't want my room to smell, and I'm not exactly seated in a way that I can use my window, so I will be eating this cold. It is safe, it's perfectly well to be eaten cold. It might just not taste as good. French rations sometimes come with mains that are meant to be eaten cold. Actually, not this one, because I got 225 packs. So this was this one. It isn't. There's like Italian pasta sled in one of them. It's like pasta, olives, stuff like that. some tuna salads are made to be called, and it's designated on the box itself. It tells you, you know, you can eat this cold as well. So we'll be having our duck with beans cold as well. Anyway, okay, so let's get out on tray. Doing the American tray today. I'm going in the reflection. Huh. Not my favorite way to go, but so coffee, 100% Arabica, café soluble le filze, so freeze-dried instant coffee. It's more French on the back, as you can imagine. I'm actually curious about what they're telling you on the packet. So let me. Oh, okay. Drink before, best before, and keeping cold and dark place. So your usual commercial coffee pack warnings. And yeah, there's no sugar, there's no whitener, it's just coffee. There's like bigger granules and the powder. The powder looks lighter. Calm makes it look makes the difference more pronounced than it actually is. Well, if it's not good, I just won't finish it. So that's it. Okay, some coffee. I'm going to have to grab my utensils because, as you can see, there's none provided with the Ration. Okay, this is the middle. I'll be right back. Okay, got my travel utensils. So we can stir the coffee. Oh, ooh, it's going to be strong. Yeah. As you remember, I'm not really a coffee person, and I don't take it black unless it's very sweet. And if I can't have sugar, then I will settle for lots of milk or cream and make it a very fancy one. Coffee, nice, 70%. Okay, so obviously this box was not kept in the best condition. You can see some blooming on the chocolate. Again, blooming, it just means that some of the fats separated and got to the top and re-solidified there. It's perfectly safe to eat. It might just affect the texture if you worry about that. Potato fruits. Fruit bar, or you know. Basically it's like a fruit jelly or fruit ladder, sugar, going to be very sweet. I guess that's why they don't give you any sugar for your coffee or any whitener, because you get all your sugars in this one. This is the campaign. So 24-hour ration comes with 3 kinds of biscuits. There's the regular salty ones, cereal ones, and chocolate biscuits. These are just plain salted. There's two packets like this, so you get 4 biscuits in total. I don't need both of them right now. If I were to guess or not estimate, and the total calorie content is similar to other rations. This whole meal would be around 12 to 1300 calories. So a solid meal if you're active, if you need that much energy, and if not, two of these will be even more than you need for a day. They smell funny, not bad funny, but it smells salty. Okay, our dessert or pudding. This is actually very similar to what they call it in French, crème dessert à la vanille. So dessert vanilla flavored dessert cream, which is basically, I'm not sure. I had this before, and I thought the pudding usually is a bit lighter in color, so it can be that it darkens a bit with age, but it shouldn't affect anything. I think I'd like to put this in a bowl, you know. Do I have anything in my room right now? Not. Okay. Guess it stays in the can with the rest of our snacks. Another fun observation. We got pate with biscuits and got mine, and then got lots of sweet snacks and desserts. And there's no savory or salty snack. Ooh, okay. Yeah. So terrine forestiera. Oh, the smell of it is very strong. There's a little bit of jelly around it, so you could guess that's from the pork in it. Champignons, blanc d'oeuf. Yeah. Let's see how it goes. But the fun thing is, I much prefer it on regular bread than the biscuits. The biscuits are just so confusing when it comes to meal like this, you know. They're not like saltines or regular crackers. Yeah. Imagine sweet biscuits but salty, like cookies, salty cookies. Shortbread, not shortbread gives wrong texture, but yeah. Okay, so cassoulet au canard, and normally you'd probably heat it over fire, or dump the whole can into a pot of boiling water, or heat it any way possible, but we're having cold. Let me get it out. It won't look the prettiest because cold again. Okay, so here is the pork sausage, the regular sausage, Toulouse sausage, I guess. Those will be bits of smoked sausage, and there's bits of duck meat as well. Quite a lot of duck meat actually. And the rest of it, a small duck in here, and a solid portion of beans, white beans. Okay, I'm going to tell a very immature joke right now, but it's a bit of an urban legend. And the way it's sold, I'm not sure if it's real or not because I didn't research. But apparently Russians usually get stuff added to make soldiers a bit backed up, so they don't need to go to the side of the field. It makes sense. But similarly, beans make you toot, no? So This might give away your position, if not by sound, then by smell. Told you, a very, very immature joke. Oh, yeah, but even cold, this is looking quite good, I must say. Again, 8-hour single meal or 8-hour ration. So you could like have a snack to get you going through the day, take a break for chocolate or dessert, and then have your main as the main meal of your day. It's actually very splittable. The can is about 300 grams, I believe. Yeah, 300 grams. So just about a nice portion. Not too big to make you unable to move, but very filling. Also, can you just appreciate that this is very protein heavy meal? Obviously we got meats and we got beans, which are protein as well. Nice combo. Okay, let's do the coffee so we don't have to do it later. Oh, that's not my kind of coffee. I think that's what you would call a very robust coffee. It's a very full, strong flavor. It's not sour like some instant coffees can be. So if you like your coffee, yeah, you might enjoy. The smell is not from the cup, but when the smell builds up in my mouth right now, it is close enough to regular brewed coffee. Yeah, not my kind of drink actually. But yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, so let's have a biscuit first, just on its own. They're sort of crumbly and sort of soft. Kind of like tea biscuits get when they get older, when the air gets to them. So they get softer. And texture is exactly like tea biscuits. But they're very salty and it still creates confusion. I had them a couple times before and they still confuse my mind. Like salty tea biscuits. Yeah, they're not bad, they're just confusing. Very, very confusing. Okay, let's see the tureen first, yeah. I'm going to try and cut out a piece so you can see how it looks. Okay, it's soft. It kind of feels like pretty thick grind pate. Meaning it's not smooth, it's soft. It's definitely spreadable. But it's not as smooth as some pates can be. And the smell is very strong. It's not the liver smell that you would get from most of the pates, but okay. So I spread it quite thin, not too thin, but it the saltiness from the biscuit drowned all other flavors. It's kind of confusing, given how I'm very confused today. Am I not, guys? I'll give it how strong the smell is. So. Okay. So the flavor is slowly building. Texture is mostly smooth. There's some harder, gritty bits. There is some earthiness to it. Gets from the mushrooms. It's not strong enough, but it's there. And slowly building in your mouth in the end. But again, the biscuits just don't work with it. Put it, I don't have fresh bread or even on toast. That would be heavenly. Yeah, fresh bread or toast with butter. Something gentle to mellow it out. That would be delicious. Amusing thing though is I had this before and I was not a fan. So it might be because of the combination of the terrine with biscuits just doesn't work. Because terrine and so on, it's kinda lovely. And especially if you get a little bit of the jelly, slow jelly from the meats, the flavor just is so full and lip smoking. And yes, I am uncivilized and eating from my knife. If you know what to expect and embrace, the difference in textures, terrine is lovely, very very lovely. Yeah, but I'm having my tea for drink because that coffee is just not my thing at all. Okay, I will need my spoon clean for the dessert. So let's use a fork for the main beans. Some beans. I like beans. Nice and soft, not too mushy. The sauce, because there is some sauce in it. So imagine like you made a hot pot, you put your beans and your meat in one pot, added some basic spices, some salt, maybe some paprika, and just boil it all together. So that's what it is. There's no unnecessary flavors added. This is just what it is. It's beans with sausage and duck. That's what it is, and that's what it needs to taste of. That's nice big chunks of duck breast, I guess. Or which one? If it's breast or leg? I think breast, because it's it's a bit dry, not in a bad way. Cold, it's a bit chewy, but warm, it would have the perfect texture. Cheers, it's good. So yeah, 3% or just one slice of, I guess, smoked pork sausage. But as you can see, there's a lot of there's a lot of fat bits in it. Very fatty sausage. Yeah, warm, that would be nicer. Because this is basically, ooh, it's got a lot, it's got a high fat to meat ratio, and eating cold is just getting mouthful of fat. Just tiny little bits of meat to bind it. Not the most pleasant experience. But again, if you warm it up and some of that fat softens and melts out, extra flavor, and the texture would be quite different. So get the other sausage, Toulouse sausage. It's a nice big one. See the inside. Yeah, the camera doesn't want to focus for you. It's quite a coarse sausage. You can easily see meat fibers. It's not fine ground or smooth. I'm quite sure we have sausage with similar texture in Poland, but the taste is, I mean, sorry, I'm not going to talk about taste just yet. About the texture, it's like, I'm pretty sure we have something like that in here. It's not even ground, it's almost like it's chopped, finely chopped meat, or pulled meat into a sausage casing. It gives a very nice texture to it. Because if it was all smooth, it could be like a hot dog with your beans, which would be almost like British sausage and beans meal. This has got much more texture. And again, the flavor is very plain. There is some salt. There's some. Yeah. I'm not good at picking up spices, okay? But it's very lightly spiced. It just gets just what it needs. Some salt, maybe some, I don't know. I don't know what they put in the sausage, but it's great. It's not bland, it's not boring, but it just gets very clean flavor. Yeah, I need to learn to get better vocabulary, I guess. This sort of cassoulet, this sort of main, it's kind of like a simple food made right, you know. You get your beans, you get your sausage, you put them in a pot, add water, add some salt, and let it cook till all the flavors marry together. And for a meal that's meant to be eaten warm or hot, that's absolutely delicious cold. Like, that wouldn't be boring for you. I could just sit here and finish the portion. Instead, I'm going to have one last forkful, and yeah, and then I serve the rest of it and nuke it for lunch one day, because this will be a very delicious lunch. Just just not the biscuits. I mean, you can eat your biscuits with it, but you don't. It doesn't need it. The beans provided just enough starchiness, so this feels like a complete meal in itself, complete dish in itself. Um, hmm. Obviously, it doesn't have any veggies or fruit, uh, which I don't complain about. But yeah, I mean, it got veggies in form of beans. I've been fooled. Okay. Hmm. This is a very happy food for so far. Okay, I know the chocolate will be fine. Especially as you can see, the bloom is just on the surface. The inside is perfectly fine. And just listen to this. Mm. Very nice. High cocoa content chocolate. It's a very adult chocolate, but delicious. I'm just trying to compare because Polish Russians got, I think, 60% cocoa dark chocolate, and the texture is a bit more crumbly. I'm trying to decide if it's because of the cocoa content or if because we got thinner bars. This is, as you can see, quite thick one, but delicious. I kind of wish they gave you more because this just goes down and you forget you had chocolate. It was a very, very, very nice treat, and if you know it comes, you can save it for the end of your day as your, reward, your snack, whatever. The pate, fruit. I actually bribed one of co-workers with that not too late ago. Mm. Oh, when the sugar hits you. Um, yeah, it's like very thick, very dense fruit jelly. So imagine you were making applesauce, um, and you just kept cooking it out till it became this sort of um, thick paste. That's what it is. It's completely covered in sugar. Mm. The fruit flavor comes through with that sugar, but it's very sweet. And next to this very bitter chocolate, it's a nice combo, I guess. And the fruit in this one would be pear. Okay, nice European choice. It's a 30-gram bar, so you get just shy of 100 calories in one bar, which is about half of, uh, bit less than half of what candy bars usually get. Nice, 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 nice one. Bit too sweet for me, but no, can you do it? And for dessert, we get Mont Blanc, creme dessert, dessert cream, creme dessert. Sorry. So dessert cream, vanilla flavored. The top looks a bit split, might be because of the edge, but if you dig in the bottom, it's nice, smooth. Um, in Poland, we get similar dessert called budyń, which is basically egg yolks, I guess, cooked with milk and thickened with some flour. Oh, that's rich. I mean, obviously it comes with, yeah, custard. Custard is the right word for that, I guess. Um, it's mostly milk. Get some sugars added. Um, Vanilla aromas, stabilizers, and a bit of color added to it. It's a very, very rich. I guess you get lactose intolerance, you're a bit out of luck. But at the same time, if I because the desserts in these rations always come in one of two options. Either get this, or you get the chocolate one. It's a bit like underbaked brownie or very dense fudge with chocolate sauce in it. Depending on the day, I think this one wins more often for me. Especially when it comes in 24-hour ration, because then you get the little packet of jam. You can just squeeze that in for a little bit of extra flavor. And if the jam is blueberry or blackberry or some other tart berry, I think they also get plum jam sometimes. This creates just a very nice sweet but not too sweet, a bit savory, a bit tart combo. Very, very nice dessert. So if I were to give it a score, let's say Polish school scale going from 1, which is fail, to 5, which is clear pass, and 6 above requirements. This would be a solid 5 minus because the biscuits are just I don't know if the biscuits are enjoyed by soldiers or by just French people in general, because as you can see all the packagings are very commercial style. So yeah, the box itself, the ration, might be packed specifically for the army, but all the components are just civilian stuff you can get from your store. So this sort of biscuits would be already available in French stores, so maybe that's what French people enjoy. Or maybe they like Polish suchary specjalne, like the panzer crackers. Like, yeah, you can buy them and some people enjoy them, but they're just yeah, that either I love them or you hate them. And the salty biscuits are just my thing. Other than that, this is a feast, and you can understand why French Russians get the opinion they get. I mean, a very, very good food wise. I sometimes hear voices to the opposite, the weird, and people prefer American ones. But those usually come from people because if you're raised on pizza or spaghetti with meatballs, or if you get some sensory processing issues, these rations can be a challenge. Like the mix of textures in the terrine, like the fattiness in the sausage, the custard. It's just can be problematic to some. Okay, and again, the flavors are there. They're not bold and those scream, oh, I taste like hot sauce or like this or that. But it's a very nicely balanced flavor. Yeah, it just may be a challenge to some people. If you can get your hands on one of these, go for it. I guess I said I got mine for like €2, because it was a bit expired. but they do come up on eBay every once in a while. Again, single meal, got one main, got a one meat item, cold meat item, got dessert and two snack bars, let's say. Compared to that, 24-hour got two of the cans, got muesli for breakfast, got more snack bars, more biscuits and more drinks. So if you want to make a decision based on that, look for what holds more value for you. Also, on French eBay, you can easily buy just the mains, or just the biscuits, or just the cold meat items, or just the or just desserts. There's quite a few sellers, and they usually don't have problems selling, even if the offer isn't marked for with the international shipping. They often agreeable to shipping elsewhere. So if you want to try have a taste of a bit of a French cooking, you can go that way. Not get the full ration, but just the case of mains or whatever else is there. Okay, I will be wrapping up. It's time to take my cold meds and get better from the booster. I need to be on my feet tomorrow. Monday, back to work. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this little look into French canned cuisine. I'll see you next week. Depending on the situation, the moods, the weather, we'll be sticking in Europe. Might do a Polish ration if my other kasha main will come through. Just to give us a little bit of baseline to give the Russian a fair judgment. Well, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. See you next week, or just when I see you. Adi out. Bye bye.